That's why we're the only show in America that has its own psychotherapist on. Jill Payne is part of the American Psychotherapy Association. She's our in-house psychotherapist. She joins us via Skype because the bedwetters still haven't gotten over it. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Sam. How are you doing?
Fantastic. You look wonderful and very pretty today in pink. You're the lady in pink today on the show.
Oh, that's good. Thanks, Sam. I wanted to. How you doing? Are you doing great?
You know, you know me. I'm always happy. I'm always happy doing great. What are we talking about today from the psychotherapist point of view and the election results, which by the way came out a long time ago, and the bedwetters still hadn't gotten over it?
Well, I was on Newsmax on Inauguration Day, which was really exciting for me.
Yay.
I've been on before. This was really exciting, Sam. I want to show you the power of talk. So he had me on, and I didn't know he was going to have a person that was going to be an antagonist. And so I was there, and then he had somebody else that could not see me. Well, no, he could see me. I could not see them. So anyway, and the question of the day, which I'd like to talk about today also, is America First, which I wanted to explain to people what Trump really does mean psychologically, because I don't think that they really get it. I think that the Trumpers get it.
Right.
Anyway, so when I was doing the talk, he's against me and all that. And he goes, Jill, he even mentions my name. He goes, well, Jill has a point. And so I got him to, he didn't yell at me. You know how they always yell at the other person?
Yeah.
He was real friendly, and I don't know, my husband says it's because I'm non-judgmental. Basically, I think I just give people another mindset, because I think people are so focused, Sam, on one thing, and it gets them to get angrier and angrier, where that's all they can see is tunnel vision. And what a therapist does is comes into the picture to let you know that there's three sides to every coin. And so it makes people, their anger level goes down. So I wanted to start out with a quote from a very famous and wonderful American. I stood by his statue because I really admire this man, and this is the quote. And I'm going to read it so I get it correctly. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. And that is from Martin Luther King Jr. And so that's something that I think he's turning over in his grave, seeing all this violence and people not working together. So I thought that would be something.
Jill Payne joining us. What did you think of all these miserable women, just absolute miserable feminists on Saturday with signs with dirty? Listen, you want to protest. That's great, but words, F Trump, and then showing their body, their reenactments of their body parts on their signs and stuff.
I was embarrassed for my kind, because that it's very important to be respectful. People do not listen to vulgarity. If you yell at your husband, I promise you he's going to close off and he will not listen to you. Whereas if you talk sweetly to him, I promise you he's going to listen to you. And it's the same thing when these women got up there and were saying F you, that people are going to be closed to even listen to that. So I don't know what to tell you, except that it embarrassed me as a woman for someone to do that.
Imagine people taking their kids, like this miserable feminist march for women who don't shave under their arms or legs was just a disaster, because if you brought your kids and you try to run a respectful home with a Judeo-Christian fabric, which I don't think these people do, and you have people, angry, heavy women with F Trump and C words for their body parts, and they need therapy. They need Jill Payne, psychotherapist.
I think Trump. I think everybody needs me. Seriously, when I was on TV on Friday, I was amazed at. I'm serious. I watch CNN. I watch all the different stations, and I will see a conservative person and a Democratic person, and they're going at it. And if you could have watched this, it was as though we were just having a wonderful conversation and seeing both sides. Right. It was interesting. I do want to say that, I don't know if the women remember, my grandma was one of those people. I can't think of the title right now. When the women's suffrage.
Suffragettes,
suffragettes.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was one of those, and they did not use FU, and they managed to be able to get us to vote. So that's the way to go. I think we need to listen to Martin Luther. I think we need to listen to the suffragettes, and start respecting people.
Well, it's hard to. Jill Payne, our in-house psychotherapist, joining us
Yes.
on Skype. I think it's very hard to respect people who don't respect their bodies and respect themselves and respect their language. It is what it is. If you want to get out
Right.
there, they go, it's free speech. If you want to get out there and speak in a horrible, filthy, dirty manner, then people won't respect you. I don't care if there's 1 or 1 million, okay? If you're going to go out there and talk like that and do and say things about your body and your body parts or
Yes. Sam, what was so bad? May I interject? Because my mom had some friends, of course. They were liberal. They were walking in this march in Washington, and they are very lovely individuals. They truly are lovely, bleeding heart liberals,
Right.
lovely individuals. And so it was sad for these people that were representing them saying these FU words, because now that whole march
Right.
looks derogatory, because the women that were
Right.
respectful are going to be associated with Madonna and other people that were speaking inappropriately.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, there was probably a very small group of normal women who actually love being women, and they love just their femininity, and they love their husbands, and they love being
Sure.
moms, and they love being
Right.
great wives, and they probably thought, oh, geez, what the hell happened? These gross, overweight, fully tattooed, head shaved, multiple pierced hate mongers, screaming with coat hangers and vulgarity. I mean, so no matter how, and even if you went to the Houston march, your march was ruined by the hate of Washington, D.C. If you went to the Chicago march, it was ruined and devalued. Now there's no political capital because it was just seen as hatred.
Right. So I think that people need to listen to what I said in my quote with Martin Luther King, because he believed in peace, and he really did. I don't know about his disciples, but he did. And what Trump is doing with this America First, and I really wanted to make sure people understood, because I was listening to the commentaries, and because I even suggested, JD, that we talk about this on Friday, and then that's all I've heard on the news. And basically what he was talking about, I'll have clients come in, Sam, and their world is in turmoil. They are chaotic. Their spouse left them, their finances are in ruin, and they're trying to help other people. And so I tell them, I say, you come first. And they go, Jill, that's very selfish. I can't come first. I said, you come first. I go, no, God. I said, there is no your world if you don't take care of yourself. So we talk about this analogy when you're on the airplane and the oxygen mask comes down and you have a little kid by you and the oxygen mask comes down. You put that mask on.
You first.
Of course, because you need it to.
Can't help others who can't breathe.
Exactly. So that's what Trump is doing. He's putting boundaries around us, not for people, not for us to talk to other people. I'm not telling people to isolate when they put the oxygen mask on. I'm telling them, you put your boundaries around yourself, make them stronger and more secure, work on the turmoil from within, and then you're able to help other people.
I love it.
So that's what Trump is doing.
I actually can see the cartoon. I know we got to go, but I see the cartoon of the air mask falling down the plane, Trump supporters putting it on first, and then alt-left miserable feminists passing out because they try to put on other people first. That's good. Jill Payne, our in-house psychotherapist. I
love it.
Hey, listen,
that's great. You need to put that on your
you inspired me.
On your Facebook.
You inspired me. Our in-house psychotherapist joining us via Skype. Good to have you aboard. I love your insight.
Yes.
You make me sound smarter. Well, actually,
you have a wonderful week.
It's kind of easy to make me sound smarter, to be honest with you. I'll talk to you next Wednesday via Skype.
Okay.
Thanks, Jill.
It's always fun. I did miss you last week.
I missed you too. I love it when your psychotherapist says she misses you.